Hey guys, so for this tutorial I'm going to be using my size 3.5mm hook. My yarn, I'm going to be using two colors, but for now I don't know the other color I'm going to be using. We're definitely going to be using two colors to bring out the pattern for the skirt. I'll also be using my tape measure and my stitch markers, which is inside this bag. So to get started, you're going to start by measuring around your waist and divide that by 2, because I'll be working in 2 panels, the front and the back panel. So my waist is 34 inches divided by 2, which is 17. So the front panel is going to be 17 inches and the back panel is going to be 17 inches. Now for the foundation chain, I'm going to start by making a foundation chain that will be in multiples of 7. So I'm working in multiples of 7. You can decide the amount of multiples you want. You can do in multiples of 8, in multiples of 10, depending on the pattern you want. But for mine, I'm going to be doing that in multiples of 7. I'm going to make sure my foundation chain should give me around 17 inches. So I did 2 rows of single crochet. Now for the third row, start by chaining 1. In the first stitch, go in with 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the last stitch, where you're going to do another increase, which means you're going to be doing 2 double crochets in the last stitch. So now I've come to the end of the row, and in the last stitch I went in with 2 double crochets. For the third row, I'm going to switch to my orange color. So I'm just going to yarn over through with both colors. Chain 1 with the yellow yarn. Now I'm going to put 2 double crochet in the first stitch. 1 and 2. Now I'm just going to put 1 double crochet in the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have a total of 9 double crochets for the yellow yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm just going to pick up my blue color and work with it. So pull through with the blue yarn. Now continue with 1 double crochet with the blue yarn till you get to the end of the row. So I've come to the end of the row. In the last stitch I went in with 2 double crochets. So I have 2 rows of increase, and I'm going to stop increasing from this point because the yarn I'm using is quite stretchy and I don't want it to be extremely stretchy. I want it to be fitted, so I'll just be doing 2 rows of increase. But if your hips is wide, you can keep on doing increase rows until you get the measurement for your hips. It all depends on how fitted or how free you want the skirt to be. Now chain 1. Like I said, I won't be doing any increase from this point. So in the first stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Go into the next stitch with 1 double crochet, and the next with 1 double crochet. Now you're going to keep on working with the blue yarn. So what I did was I counted 7 stitches away from the orange yarn. So remember, I have 9 stitches for this first set of orange, and after the stitch I counted 7 stitches away, so my stitch marker is on the 7th stitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with the blue yarn until I get to where my stitch marker is. So for now, just keep on putting 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to where the stitch marker is. Now I've come to where my stitch marker is, and I'm just going to pull up my orange yarn and drop the blue yarn. Now in these 7 stitches, go in with 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Still using the orange yarn, continue with 1 double crochet till you get to the end of the row. Okay, so now I've come to the end of the row. Chain 1, turn over, put 1 double crochet in each of the stitches. Okay, so I've come to the end of the orange. Now what you're going to do is in the next 7 stitches, continue with the orange yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now I'm just going to drop my orange yarn and pick up my blue yarn, pull through. Now continue with 1 double crochet using the blue yarn till you get to the end of the row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. I'm going to put my stitch marker on the 7th stitch so I know where to start when I'm using the orange color. Now you're still going to continue with the blue yarn. I'm just going to drop my orange color because this is the starting point of where I'm going to use the orange. Now continue with the blue yarn till you get to the end of the row. So you're just going to be repeating this till you're done with the orange color until the orange reaches the end of the blue. So each time you come to the end of the row, you're going to continue with the blue yarn till you get to where your stitch marker is, and then you're going to pick up the orange yarn and continue all the way down and then continue. So I'll just do this till I get back to this end and I'll show you what to do. Now I'm back to this end and I'm just going to pull up my orange yarn. And the stitch where my stitch marker is, I'm going to go into the 7 stitches using the orange color with 1 double crochet. Sorry, I'm just going to remove the stitch marker so it doesn't disturb, and then drop the blue yarn. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now continue with 1 double crochet with the orange until you get to the end of the row. Okay, so I put 1 double crochet using my orange color in each stitch. Now what you're going to do is you're going to extend the orange yarn in the next 7 stitches. So go into the next 7 stitches, working in with 1 double crochet with your orange color. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now I'm just going to drop the orange in and pick up my blue yarn. Put 1 double crochet in the next 7 stitches using the blue yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Use a stitch marker to mark off where you're going to start with your orange yarn when you get back to this end. Now just continue with the blue yarn till you get to the end of the row. Now you're going to just keep on repeating this till the orange yarn is you have the orange yarn all the way down to the blue yarn, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I'm done with the yellow, and as you can see, the yellow color is all the way down to where the blue color is, and I have a total of 11 rows. So from this minus the 2 rows of single crochet I did from the first row of double crochet all the way down to the orange yarn, I have a total of 11 rows. Now from this point, you're just going to be repeating from the first row minus the 2 single crochets. You're going to be repeating the first 11 rows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 row of double crochet using just the blue yarn, and then I'm going to start switching my colors. I'll let you know how many rows I end up doing for the skirt, but just keep on repeating from row 1 to row 11. So now I'm done with the skirt. For the front panel, I did a total of 35 rows, and for the back panel I did a total of 42 rows because my yarn actually finished. If not, the front panel is supposed to be the same length as the back panel, but I still love how it turned out. So you can decide to follow this pattern and just make the back panel to be longer than the front panel, or you can do exactly the same length for both panels. So I have 35 for the front panel and 42 for the back panel, and this is what the skirt looks like. So you can decide to go around the waist with a single crochet, or you can use a strap for the waist, or you can even like wear it like this depending on how fitted the waist is on your body. But I'm okay with how it is. It's fitted around my waist, so I'm not going to be doing any strap for the waist. So that's it for this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in my next tutorial. Please